when Unc say he want to date younger men, they kill
Right.
me. What they say? What the women? What? Yeah, what I'm saying, I want to date younger women. What I said? Oh, when I want to date, when I want to date younger women, what they say, Ocho? Right. Oh, I'm a creep. Oh, I'm what they call that? What they call that when a man like I'm grooming. That's right, the term they use with me. Yeah. Grooming.
Well, Unc, yeah, they said you grooming. They said you grooming. Let's take a look at what we got here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read 2 articles, right? And the reason why I'm gonna read these 2 articles is because the TMZ one is more detailed, and I make a hell of a case for something that I believe happened. But let's just go ahead and get to it. Shannon Sharpe sued for $50 million over alleged rape. Shannon Sharpe has just been sued for alleging R-ing a woman on multiple occasions, and the plaintiff in the case is asking for tens of millions in damages. The lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports was filed by Jane Doe on Sunday in Nevada after she says Sharpe brutally assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025 following a years-long abusive relationship. According to the suit, Doe met Sharpe in 2023 at a gym in Los Angeles when she was 20 years old and he was in his mid-50s. She stated in the docs during their first encounter, Sharpe told her he would buy her fake tits if she won a weight loss competition with him. She wrote in the suit, Sharpe proceeded to pursue her relentlessly, calling, texting, and demanding she come to his Beverly Glen mansion. We heard about that on Undisputed, hadn't we? The woman stated she and the former Denver Broncos tight end ultimately got into a consensual relationship. So think about all that BS she just wrote before. Think about that. She said that basically he pursued her. He went after her. He tried to get into it with her. But yeah, it is what it is. Relentlessly calling, texting, and demanding she come to his Beverly Glen mansion. He demanded complete control over her time and body, Attorney Busby wrote in Doe's suit, expecting her to be at his house on his schedule at his command whenever he called. She's 20 years old. She ain't got no money. What you think? Doe claimed there was one argument in particular that terrified her, when he yelled at her while the firearm was visible in the room. Really? Plaintiff tried sharing her location with friends on her iPhone just in case, the docs state. But Sharpe saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I will effing kill you. The two nevertheless continued the relationship, even following a move by both to Nevada during the summer of 2024. However, Doe states in her suit she attempted to break things off after his infamous Instagram live streaming incident, which she said led him to R-ing her. Doe claimed in her suit the first instance happened in October 2024 at her apartment. She said the 56-year-old Pro Football Hall of Famer forced himself on her while she was crying and sobbing. The second instance the suit alleges happened a few weeks later in January 2025. Doe claims Sharpe came over to her house with promises of delivering a Christmas or birthday gift to her, but instead violently assaulted her once more. She's suing for over $50 million. It takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money, Busby said in a statement after filing a suit on Doe's behalf. I look forward to pressing this case in court. We reached out to Sharpe for comment in the case, but so far, no word back. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through this real quick and look at how they try to do this one. And this is pro football talk. Shannon Sharpe is the ops to them, so just remember that. Sharpe was sued on Sunday by a woman proceeding under the Jane Doe pseudonym. The 13-page civil complaint filed in Nevada State Court alleges that Sharpe committed assault, S assault, battery, and S battery, and that he engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. The plaintiff claims that they embarked on a rocky, consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. The complaint alleges that Sharpe recorded their S activities, something without her knowledge. Whoa. I don't think that TMZ actually had that document. I think they just went with what Busby say, because I ain't seen none of this. The complaint alleges that Sharpe recorded their S activities, something without her knowledge, and that he was sharing videos with others without her permission or knowledge. The complaint contends that it was another woman, not the plaintiff, with whom Sharpe was having S with when he accidentally live streamed the encounter on Instagram. That was, per the complaint, the moment at which the plaintiff began to pull away from Sharpe. The complaint claims that he relentlessly pursued her after she stopped answering her phone or sharing her whereabouts. The complaint contends that Sharpe confronted the plaintiff in October 2024 after she had commenced efforts to separate from him. The complaint details the ensuing encounter, which culminated in allegedly forcible S against her consent. Another alleged incident happened in January 2025. The complaint alleges that Sharpe engaged in unprotected S with the plaintiff despite her efforts to get him either to stop or to wear a condom. Oh, sheesh. From the first page of the complaint, a woman can say yes to a consensual sexual relationship with a man 99 times, but when she says no even once, that no means no. Defendant Sharpe, a man who is accustomed to getting what he wants, completely fails to understand this basic concept. After many months of manipulating and controlling plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, come on, bruh. Y'all know what y'all doing. And repeatedly threatening to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharpe refused to accept the answer no and ordered the plaintiff despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no. The complaint seeks a minimum of $50 million from Sharpe. If when there's a trial, the recovery, if any, will be determined by a jury. Based on the evidence and law, the number can, in theory, be anything. The plaintiff, represented by Micah Nash and Tony Busby. Busby rose to prominence in NFL circles via the representation of more than 20 plaintiffs who sued quarterback Deshaun Watson. It is a civil case with no criminal consequences attached directly to it. Sharpe will have all available defenses available to him as the case proceeds. So in the day and age of social media, everybody has a right to due process, innocent until proven guilty, and that's just the way that the American justice system is supposed to work. Now, does it always work that way? No, we see egregious crimes happen all the time, and we know what the verdict is going to be. Sometimes we see egregious crimes and we think we know what the verdict is going to be, and it doesn't happen. In this instance right here, there's a couple of flags that people need to point out real quick. And I know what some people will say, well, Seti Nash, you can make a case for this and for this, and I absolutely will. So here you go. If this is true, right, if she's coming back and forth for the quote unquote R that's happening to her, well, we have to look at it as much as we can possible to understand the mindset of Stockholm Syndrome. You've heard me use that word before. You even seen me put a dictionary phrase of Stockholm Syndrome out there. With that being said, there's also a promise of money. Sometimes people feel so low that when they rationalize things, that right there will be the reason for them to come back as well. It was said that she got in shape for the purposes of purchasing, I call them, comedically, satire-wise, chesticles. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because women act like, that they chest is like men's chest, when it's like, no. When I think of women's breasts, it's the same way the public looks at it, as like a man with his balls out. It's not supposed to happen. Now, with all of that being said, suing for $50 million, if he actually did this, I'm one of those people who's like this. You sue for what you want to sue for if that happened, because God forbid, but if that was somebody that I knew and that happened, I want every penny. I want you to turn the bank account like it is a bottle or something and pour it all out. But 30 million, 40 million, wolves and 5. Nah, bro. Nah. Tony Busby. You know how bad it has to be now? Didn't you just get spanked by Jay-Z? Aren't you now being sued for defamation for dang near running the same thing? It would not surprise me. And here's a couple of flags that I see. And people can agree or disagree or super agree, which I think people might super agree. There's a reason why TMZ got those documents first. Tony Busby allegedly has, and I had to say allegedly because they be watching these channels and these reactions. Tony Busby allegedly already has a working relationship, meaning, hey, I'll send you some stuff, put it out this way for me with TMZ. How true that is, I don't know, but that's a hell of a rumor that's out there, and it's more proven with TMZ essentially having a lot more information than everywhere else. So, with that being said, bro, you already kind of said what you did it for. Jealousy. She said she broke off the relationship because he was in there blasting cheeks with old girl and it got caught online. Well, I guess that wasn't a stunt. Then they said, she said if she got into shape and all of this stuff, that he would buy her some fake chesticles. That right there tells me everything I need to know. It's like that story that we always see of the cheating husband who ends up getting exposed by the side chick for the relationship they had for years because he promised to break up with his wife, but he never did. This is what this remind me of, bro. This ain't nothing to me but the side chicks galore. It's kind of crazy because I'm surprised this hasn't happened even more. We just seen with Future with old girl that came out last month and went viral. And I didn't feel comfortable breaking that story, not because I know anybody with Future or, you know, Shetty Nash might have some skeletons in his closet with some women that might be like, bruh, you be stalking me because I put that hot tool on you. No. I didn't feel comfortable with it because I didn't want to pile on and destroy that girl because it was clear she needed his attention and she needed a reason and a why for people to pay attention to her. And that's exactly what I'm getting from here, is that this woman realized that a lot of ladies who came out prior and were lying, because I believe, based off of what I'm seeing from what she put forth in her affidavit, that this ain't true at all. You're coming back to get hit after you could have left. Now, if she stayed in the house with him, all right, cool. But saying that he demanded total control over her body and all this stuff and expected her to sit at his house and schedule at his command, that's not illegal. It's not. I know that that's supposed to be illegal if it's true, and I don't even believe it's true. It's not illegal. She could have left. Ladies, let me tell you, and I'm not telling no woman to shoot their shot at me. I'm not looking. I'm definitely not looking. Me as a man, this what I demand if you stay in my house. I demand that you get your butt up and make sure this house ain't dirty. You're not paying rent around here, so it's the least you can do. If you don't like it, there's a door. If you don't like it, there's a door. Get the hell out. Ain't no men allowed over here ain't no men allowed over at my house. You don't like it? Go. And also at the same time, since we here, I'm not wasting money on stuff that I don't want to waste money on. So if you feel like you need something and I don't feel like you need it, you go get it because I ain't paying a penny, or you can go. They can spin that and say, Shetty Nash said you had to be a maid, nobody is invited over here, and that he's not even buying the essentials. That's how a lawyer can spin that. Think about that, y'all. Think about what I just said. So this is the crap that's going on. When they say plaintiff tried sharing her location with friends from her phone just in case the documents state, but Sharpe saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by her neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I will effing kill you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then with her living with him, that's what she alleged, that she was living with him. I think this will happen. I think Shannon Sharpe broke it off with her. I do. I think Shannon Sharpe had a promise to pay her some bread as recompense for him cheating on her. What was her name? Monica? I think that's what it was that Shannon decided to pull a Kevin Gates and kick her up out of there. And literally, she decided, I can't go for that. We've seen women try to allege because they are in a relationship with somebody and they had to leave. Was it like Drea Michelle or something like that? Where she basically like, well, I live here, so I'm entitled to stuff. It's like, no. You're not married. You're entitled to nothing. But y'all, let me know your thoughts on this, man. Share to keep your people aware. Subscribe to Unbell, stay notified. And I'll catch you on the next one. That Lil Durk video will drop, but it'll drop at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because it's an hour document, bruh. Spoiler warning. It's bad. Very bad. I'll catch y'all later.